the video that I made went over open circles and closed circles, but back in Algebra 1, this is the way that you guys used to do interval notation. And if you did this section already and did the delta math, by all means, you don't have to stick around if you don't need this, but I highly suggest that you do. Okay. In Algebra 1, when we did interval notation and number lines, I'm going to write this problem down. So we got, looks like -1. Put a couple on here. -2. Hey, are you one of those late buses?
You could say that.
Sure. Okay, we'll say that. Oh, this goes out past 4 here.
I hate how they don't stir these very much.
Huh?
I hate how they don't stir these very much.
Oh, I hate that too.
Like it's just all at the bottom.
In fact, I go home at night and just start swearing at the guys for not stirring it. Okay, so I got an open circle here at -1. I'm going to use different color. And they shade out this way. Okay. And then they've got an open circle at 4. And they shade out this way. So they want us to express this in interval notation. Okay. Now, open circles, I'll write this over here. Open circles means less than or greater than. Closed circles, this is back from Algebra 1, mean less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Now in Algebra 2, so this was Algebra 1, in Algebra 2, we don't use open and closed circles, right? We use, for not including it without the equal sign, we use parentheses. With an equal sign, we use brackets. So instead of closed circles, brackets, open circles become parentheses in Algebra 2. So if I were to put this in Algebra 2 interval notation, okay, I would have a parenthesis here because open circles are parentheses. Notice how it's going this way, it's shading. I always like to put, hey, my negative infinity is out there, my positive infinity is out this way. So it makes it really easy for me to put it in interval notation when I have those infinities. But here I have a negative infinity, which always gets brackets. I'm sorry, parentheses, comma, and I go here and my number is -1. Open circle, so parentheses. Okay, so I keep going here and I get the number 4, parentheses, comma, keep going, goes out to infinity, which always gets parentheses. So there's my interval notation, almost. Now, in the video, and when you do the lesson, you'll know that when I have a graph like this, it's an OR. It's an OR problem. Or in other words, this is going to be greater than, because it means either greater than 4 or greater or less than. Yeah, that didn't turn out good, did it? Anyway, it's an OR problem when they go out like different ways. And we could put the word OR, but we're going to use the union symbol. So that's my answer. instead of or, we're going to use the union symbol. And this might be one of your problems. I may have just did one of your problems. Let's see if we can find a different one. Okay, here's one. This time I have my number line. And in between the number line, it looks like, oh, I forgot to put that in for my answer, didn't I? Well, I'll do it in this one. It looks like -2. Oh my gosh. I'm going to say -5. -5 and -2 is where I have my closed circles, right? And they have it shaded in between. Now, in between is going to be an and. Okay, so it's going to be a less than. Less than or less than or equal to. One of those. Same with up here. Greater than or greater than or equal to. Okay, this one happens to be a less than or equal to because they're closed circles, which means they're going to get brackets, right? So let's go ahead and put our numbers in there. And statements are actually easier, okay? Because we don't have multiple coordinate points here. We only have a single statement. So I have my -5. That's included. That's why the bracket, because of the closed circle. And then I have my -2. So there's my interval notation for this problem. So let me see if I can put it in here in Delta Math. Let's see, I need a bracket first. So there's my brackets. And then I'm going to put in my -5, comma, I don't know what that is, comma, -2. Submit my answer. And I get the correct one. Okay. I just want to check a couple of these. Looking at this problem, -6. I have -6 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 1. Okay, now this one, bless you. Now, if you look at it, they're less than or equal to's. So I know that this is an and problem. So I know that this is going to be an in-betweener, right? In between the numbers. X is in between -6. It's greater than -6, but less than 1. So it's in between those two numbers. And it includes those numbers because of the equal sign. Now be careful. Sometimes it might trick you here and put, one of these equal and one not, in which case you'd have parentheses and then a bracket. But these are both brackets. And that becomes my interval. -6, 1. So that's what I would put in my interval notation. Brackets, -6, and +1. Now be careful because they do have all different choices. You could have a bracket on the left-hand side, parenthesis on the right, parenthesis on the left, bracket on the right, 2 parentheses, and you got all this other stuff. Okay. All right. Any questions? On interval notation? Give it a try, see what you come up with. Make sure you watch the recording and then do the delta math practice. Also, don't forget, you always got the watch help video up here too. Okay. If you get stuck, they go through it up here.